Oh, he's here.
Welcome. I didn't know the countdown then, but we're here for the Vanora Engadinnwind, brought to you by Dakine, and we are straight into racing. I'm just looking out there on the race course, and we have some big news because Nicolas Goyard is not leading. Yes, and that is big news. If you've been following the racing so far, he has dominated the qualifying and the goal fleet. In the women, that has also been dominated by Neusman, but we're going straight into the men's goal fleet racing out there at the moment. We're just waiting to see who's going to go down the bottom mark in first place, but it does look like it is a Goyard. From here it looks like Thomas Goyard, but we'll give you updates on that. Looks like he had a really good race in the last one. Matchup Rakowski is also up there as well in second place, and then it looks like we've got Julian Bontemps in the mix, and then a couple of Severn Sales, which I'm guessing is Michinski. So the Poles are going really well in this one, but it's Thomas Goyard leading. Second place, Maciej Rakowski. Third place, Bontemps. And then we've got Michinski
in four.
And then I'm just looking down, we've got, Michinski. Looks like Pierre Mortefon is up there. If you've been following the results, you saw Pierre Mortefon got disqualified yesterday. It was out in the protest room and he got done. Luke Van Opsieland, last year's IFCA Formula champion, is gone faster actually as we've gone through this competition. He's got faster and faster during the week, but today is the last day. We've got planned for 3 goal fleet races, which this is one of them, so we've got 2 more. Then we're going to go to women, and then we're going to go back to goal fleet. So we've got more than an hour of streaming today, you lucky people. If you are just joining us, this is the Formula Foil World Championships, and this is the last day. Like I said, if this is your first day of watching, it has been dominated by 2 riders in the women's fleet and in the men's fleet. Nicolas Goyard in the men's fleet and Helena Neusman in the women's fleet. So the real battle, to be honest, is for second places at the moment. In the men's goal fleet, it's pretty much wide open. We've got Michinski from Poland, Thomas Goyard, Pierre Mortefon, Maciej Rakowski, Julian Bontemps, all within about 3 or 4 points of each other. We're still waiting for the last results to get updated for race number 6. They've still not been updated yet because Maciej might move up into a podium place. So it is definitely all to play for. 4 races today. We'll obviously put in another discard and that will change things up. I've got to mention Hugh Jan Tak from Netherlands. He has been absolutely killing it yesterday. Had a really good string of results, like 5th, 6th, 4th, all top teners, and he is sitting in 7th place at the moment. Luke Van Opsieland, like I said, he's had a few different ones, but he's got a redress in there as well. So if he has good races from now on, that result will get better. It means he's gone to the protest room, it's gone in favour of him, and they've given him redress. And redress is an average score of your results. Now, I'm not sure if it's an average score of your whole results for the whole regatta or just the results you had so far up until then. It does change depending on certain rules. There's been a couple of penalties come out. A couple of the boys getting done for not giving their GPSs back and taking the GPSs. That's what we've got on the screens right now. You can see just a little bit off to the top right, we had Thomas Goyard, and there he is. That's the man on the Phantom Sail, on the FX racing boards, Finian Maynard racing boards. And interestingly, I got told a little bit, there's top 3 guys at the moment, or up until last night, obviously Pierre Mortefon not in that, are using MDM masts. What are MDM masts? Well, they're in between RDM masts and SDM masts. Yes, slate mast. I'm interested to have a look at these, so I'm going to maybe quiz the boys what it is, because I've never even heard of them before. I don't know if any of you guys out there have heard of MDM masts. Hey, seems crazy. Because I was walking past and I saw one of the Phantom Sails rigged on an RDM extension, and I thought, I'd never seen a skinny, and then he told me about it. So yeah, quite interesting that. Seems to be going all right though. Thomas Goyard leading up. Where is Nicolas Goyard? That's the big question. Is he going to fight his way back through the fleet? Let's have a look at the GPS tracking, see if we can find out where he is, unless he's had a big problem. Nicolas Goyard in 16th place. I was joking with him actually. I said to him, are you going to like give him a bit of a chance today and then try and catch up, make it a bit more exciting? I'm not sure that's what he's doing now, but whatever. There we go. First man around the top mark, and it is Thomas Goya looking good on the Phantom. Second place, Maciek Rakowski from Poland. Looks to me like Julian Bontemps on the Neil Pride in third place. That's your top three so far. This is a good angle from the drone. Really get to see what's going on the racecourse and just how far away those leaders are from the rest of the pack. That could be Mierczynski coming round in the Severn sail. We've got another Severn up there. I don't think he's on my GPS roundings from here. We've got Luke van Opzeeland on the Gastra. We've got William Huber up there on the tracking. So yeah, there he is on the duotone. Yeah, he's popping into it. Pierre Mortefon in there. So we've got a few of the top players. No Nicolas Goyard at the moment. I think there he is, just going round now. So he's got a fair bit of catching up to do, but he's got some speed. Already taking on Vincent Langer on the white duotone sail. So there we go. Some close racing on the last day of competition here for the Formula Foil World Championships at the Vanora ENGADINWInd, brought to you by Dakine. We've got the downwind to go, and Thomas Goya in the lead at the moment in this race, and they are fighting it out for the podium places. Maciek Rakowski, Julian Bontemps, Thomas Goya are all in a chance of a podium, and it will be how they finish these last races to see how that podium sits. You've got to say that Nicolas Goya would have to really have a shocker. I don't even think he can lose from this position at the moment due to the amount of races and how many discards we get, but let's see. Hopefully the results will be updated at the end of this race, at least from the last one, and we can start working out the points. I'm going to just have a quick refresh of the results, see if we can find before these guys finish. No, not updated yet. But like I said, you can check out the tracking, which is super cool. Looks like Thomas Goya, Maciek Rakowski's had a good day so far. Maciek, he was second in the first Golden Fleet race today. This is the second one, and he's looking a solid second again. But Thomas Goya, who is one of his tough opponents, is out in front. So, you know, it only really matters as long as you're ahead of your opponents around you. But it's definitely a welcome result. After he had a bit of a shocker in the last race yesterday. Julian Bontemps looked like he's going really well on this last downwind, but round the last mark it's going to be Thomas Goya. Yeah, he's going to win this thing unless he has an absolute disaster on this route. So Thomas Goya first, second place Maciek Rakowski, third place Julian Bontemps. I think it's Mierczynski in fourth place, and then it looks like Luke van Opzeeland, the IFCA foil champion from 2019, won this competition here last year. Yeah, it is Mierczynski on the Severn, and there's Van Opzeeland's going through. So there is the winner, or coming down the reach. It's never over till it's over on these foils. You never can tell. But this is Thomas Goya looking pretty comfortable out in the lead. Maciek Rakowski in second. So we got another Frenchman in the lead, another Goya, but it's not Nicolas Goya. Thomas Goya does in fact take the seventh Formula Foil, and he's claiming that one for sure. Great race from Thomas Goya. Second race, really good day so far from Maciek. 2 second places. Julian Bontemps, so another rival for the podium places, is right behind Maciek. So this fight is going to be hectic. And Mierczynski as well is right behind them. So these are the guys fighting for the podium. Well, it's not as strange to see them all in the top few then, is it, if they're all fighting for the podium. And Luke van Opzeeland just seems to have found his speed. He's definitely settled down as he's gone through this competition, and his last results have been the best. Oh, here we go. This is our leader of this competition, Nicolas Goya, and he does pick the pole right on the line. And then we have Huber and Pierre Mortefon not having a good day. That's not a good way to start. He's had that disqualification yesterday, and that's going to cost him. He was in a silver medal position, and Kördel takes Vincent Langer, the battle of the Germans, just going through over the line. Lots of action going through. Not really seen many Brits come along the line. They've been doing really well actually in a lot of the racing. Matthew Barton just coming over. He's been having some solid racing. Jan van Tak looking good as well. Not his best race. So there we go, solid. We just want those results to be added up. If anyone's got a piece of paper and a pen, you can maybe do some maths for me, but really good action. So just a little bit of a few questions coming in on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook. I'm going to try and answer a few of them. This is Formula Foil, so same as far as I know rules as Formula racing. So you can have a maximum of a 12-meter sail, although none of them have 12-meter sails. A few have got 11s, most of them sailing with 10s. And there is obviously a few of the IQ class in there, and their maximum sail is 9, but they're just doing it because we've got the IQ 4 Europeans coming up after this competition. So a lot of the Olympians using this, or future Olympians using this as training. They have got different foils. There's a couple of interesting ones. Obviously Phantom have got their foil up there. I've seen obviously Maciek and Pont using exploder foils. I think Loki have got a few foils up there. I guess there must be some starboard ones in the mix somewhere. There's a lot of them out there. So yeah, they're all on different stuff. What have we got? So what happened to Kieran Badlow, says Christian. Yeah, I think he must have pulled out because I've not seen him in the recent racing. Maybe he wasn't going exactly to plan, and maybe he wants to concentrate on the IQ Europeans, which is I guess more his bag. He's obviously qualified for the Olympics and using this just kind of almost as a bit of a light relief, a bit of fun racing almost. Why did Mortifon to get disqualified? I heard it, I don't know the official one, but I think there was a collision or a clash of rules between him and another rider. So yeah, it looked like he got chucked out. Good luck to the tall guy from Lithuania. Yeah, he's looking good, old Jazanas. Hope we get the girls on the live stream. I've been asking for it. I have been asking for it, so we are going to get them. We're going to have I have another race from the Golf Fleet, and then we're going to the women's racing. And like I say, that has been dominated by the French girl Neusman, absolutely killing it in first place. Second place, I've got to say, the Polish rider again, the Norska. She has been really sailing really hard, but she's got some tough competition from Lilian de Goes in third place. So I think that one's going to come down to the wire, but there's definitely advantage to the Polish rider. I don't like foilers. Well, it's probably best not to watch this because there's a lot of foiling action going on, that's for sure. It'll be interesting to see how far back up the fleet Goya can recover. Yeah, well, recovered so good really, but did recover. It's not hard. It's not easy. These guys are fast, but he did break his sail, which he was absolutely putting in, all the good results on, and he changed to another one, which is still fast and he's still winning, but he hasn't been as fast and as dominant on the new sail. He still won a few, don't get me wrong. People who have tuned in today, a few people mentioned no back foot strap. That has been a thing. I spoke to Nico last night about it, and he says, you know what, on the foil you've got so much lift from the front wing that is kind of not needed. You need to move that back foot around, so if it's in the strap it's kind of useless because you don't need to be that far back to pull it up because the thing's getting lifted anyway. So you're using all your pressure to push down, through the mass foot, pushing the board, and your front foot he said it's just stabilizing the top half of your body so it doesn't fall. That's kind of interesting for me because I've only done like free ride foiling. I've never been on a cambered sail, never been on an actual race foil. I'm saving it, watch this space. But I'm kind of excited because we had Guy Cribb here this week, and obviously I know Guy, me and Guy go way back, and just seeing the excitement, I've got to call him an old man. It sounds wrong because he's not that old, but he's definitely old compared to a few of these, and he is just beaming from ear to ear, just going, this racing is insane. He said the adrenaline is just off the scale because you're basically half comfortable upwind, but you're getting lifted all the way, and then downwind, he said if you aren't just fully sending it, you are gonna get done. So you've just got to cheat, and he says you're going much faster than you want to go and you've got people around you, and he said it's just the most hardest adrenaline rush he's getting these days. So that's pretty cool to see. Gonna have a look at a few more comments coming through. What kind of foil is Dakine using? He's had a Z fin one, he's had a Pride one. He has broken both, but he's been breaking foils all over the place, so maybe he's just a big fella that's just going to hold the power. We've got Sam saying about the rear foot straps. I think I've covered that. Okay, there we go. Goya finished 6th in that. So yeah, he did come back pretty strong, but by his standards, we're so used to seeing him right out in the front. Right. It seems wrong to see him in 6th.
There we go. Hey, Maciek, you're whipping.
We're getting asked to reduce the commentator in the background. Yeah, the problem is I'm sitting quite close to a speaker. It's quite difficult to do that, so apologies for that. Apparently sound is good. Roberto Hoffman is as loud as me though. I think if anyone's met him there will know that. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to quickly try and refresh these results again. Still not coming through. So much better when there's results just get updated instantly. Maybe one day that's going to happen. We can kind of work him out. I mean, Maciej Rakowski's had 2 second places, so he is definitely going to go ahead against Mortafon. Problem is, Goya, who he would have caught up after the first one, has obviously won the last one, so that might equal it out. Pont, it's going to be so close for the medals. I mean, first place looks done, but the rest of the silver and the bronze medals, it's going to be very, very exciting. No doubt about it. But to make it exciting, we kind of need the scores to come through. So I'm sure the guys are working on it super hard at the moment to get all that updated. And we're going to go in straight into another Gold Fleet race. If you want to follow it on the GPS, I will put that link in the YouTube comments. Maybe there's a few people watching on Facebook as well, so I might even try and add it in there, but just give me a few seconds. I'm trying to do a few things, but in case you're not knowing where the GPS track is, and there we go. Yeah, okay, so a few people saying it's good, sound is desynced. Okay, I don't know. Luckily, it depends how desynced it is. Hopefully not too bad. Let's have a look. How we go. We're joined as well, again, by Gonzalo Costa-Hovel, the main man who is, well, he's working night and day, I think, on the IQ foil stuff at the moment. It's pretty crazy. But have you seen a couple of the races so far, Gons?
No, I didn't manage to see them. I was very busy setting up everything for the IQ.
Yeah, because obviously that kicks off tomorrow.
Yeah, so we had the first registration today in the morning, and then we're gonna have another one in the afternoon, and it kicks out, starts tomorrow after the marathon. Initially, we were gonna take the marathon as our first race, but it seems that it's gonna be a very crowded marathon, so we're a bit skeptical of having all the fleet there, counting it double, maybe a crash with some other guy from kiting or moth, so we said, okay, let's give them a rest. The guys have been putting the hours in the water the last 3 days, so we said let's if they want to do the marathon, they can do it, but it won't count, and then we will start racing after the marathon around 3:30, 4 p.m.
Okay, that sounds good. So, I mean, it's an exciting race at the moment with the, obviously this is the Formula Foil, which is the last day, and we've got probably 2 more races of Gold Fleet to come. Maciej's had a good day today, 2 seconds. Thomas Goya won the last one. I think he was probably 4th or something in the one before. Michinski was there or thereabouts 4th. So the podium, Pierre Mortefon maybe not having his best day so far, and he obviously got disqualified last night. Did you hear much about that, Gons?
Yeah, I saw the results and the protests. I saw Luke had a lot of protests, and then I was watching that, and then I realized, oh, Pierre, yeah. So I saw he got disqualified. I don't really know about the incident, but it definitely put him back, and he was looking very solid, Pierre, for the second place. Now it looked like Nico ahead, then Pierre.
He's not had the best day today, to be honest.
Yeah, so now I see that he dropped down.
So the results have come in, so there's a discard come in by the looks of it, because Pierre's actually jumped up after 6 races. We've done 7, just to clear this. The 6th race is the one before the one we've just watched. So after that, we had Pierre in 2nd. Obviously, Nico Goya is in 1st place, hardly worth mentioning. 2nd place, Pierre Mortefon, 16 points. Maciej in 3rd with 19, and then we had Michinski Goya on 22 points in 4th and 5th. So it's really hotting up, and I think Maciej will probably go into 2nd place now after that last race. So Maciej having a good day today, 2 second places, but we'll wait for that final 7th race to drop in before we make too many calculations. Bontomp's going to jump up, maybe, well, not jump up, but he's going to still be in the mix. Hugh Yan Tak as well. I mean, that guy's been putting in some really decent results.
Yeah, what's going on with the 3rd discard? Do you hear about anything when it's coming up?
I would go. No, I don't. They did tell me. I'm pretty sure they did tell me, but
because I don't know if they count the quali as 5 races, so then you get the 2nd discard with 7 in total, and then the 3rd one would be with 11, so it should be in, but I don't see that it's in there. So
I think maybe the qualifying counts as 1.
Yeah, exactly. So then probably 1 race, and then we are at 7, 8, 9. So then the next discard would be at 11. So we're not going to get that next discard. Maybe if we do tomorrow. Yeah. Right.
Okay. So we'll have to wait and see. But we are lining up.
Yeah, Vincent Langer up here.
Langer. He's easy to spot, isn't he? That's why we like him at the moment.
Dutch guy here waiting. He has his tactics, probably just aiming for 2 tags. So starting high here in the line will enable him to do 1 tag in the end, and then the other tag next to the final bay on the right, and then he will probably do the mark. All the guys that are in the pin end probably will have to do an extra tag. We can see Maciek down there.
He's been having some good starts, Maciek, actually. Just on the GPS, you could already tell he was looking good pretty much all the way up the beat.
Big pile up at the pin end. Oh, I saw a crash.
Scary times, isn't it? Scary times on that start line. Good start for the guys up there. France 12 looks like they've had a good start pumping off. One of the Brits as well.
That's Tom Squires, right?
Can tack as well.
Yeah, can tack having, yeah, very good.
He ain't stopping the pumping. I'm guessing he's got an RS.
Whoa! A port
flyer.
Wow.
So it's definitely port bias.
Definitely, yeah. The thing is that all these port guys, they will have to tack 1, 2, 3 times more. And for example, the Dutch guy here on the Phantom Sail, he will tag 2 times, right?
Makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference. He might be crossing behind the guys, but then when you end up up there, saving those tags, and then he's probably will be up there.
Yeah, that's the thing. The difference with foiling, with tacking, is you lose a lot of ground because these boys are moving. So if you have to put a couple of extra tacks in, that's a big old distance coming through. We saw Thomas Goya heading over to the right-hand side. Actually, he was going across on port. Whether he got a bad start and had to tack off is the question. We can see Michinski from Poland heading over to the left-hand side on the GPS. Alexander Kuzan, he's heading over there too. Vincent Langer looks like he's going all the way to the left-hand side. And then this right-hand side, like I say, Thomas Goya is one of the bigger names heading to the right. And sometimes there's some little lifts, there's some definite patches of pressure around. And if you want to be sitting on them, because as we said, on the foil, the difference between a guy and a light patch of wind is massive in board speed. There we go. Looks like Michinski's already tacked round. I think we got Mateus Isaac, Brazil, over there on the left-hand side. And there we go, Nico Goya, looking like he's had a better start on this one. And he's right over on that left-hand side. And like you said, he's going to be doing minimal tacks. He's got the speed, he's got the lifts. You'd expect him to be right up there at the top mark. Julian Bontemps on the GPS says he's going okay. PM Mortafon as well. He's been having some good upwinds. Mortafon all the way over on the right-hand side. So we're getting closer and closer to that windward mark when we really see exactly what is happening.
Yeah, so we can see that Pierre might be leading the right side, but he will have to put 2 extra tacks, right? So the guys that are coming on upwind on port, the guys that are quite high, they are already aiming to that bay on the right side, and then they need only to put 1 more tack, right? So you can see Nico, then for sure the Dutch guy, and then yeah, all the guys leading the left side. It's only 1 more tack.
Yeah, and you can see Nico Goya, it's probably ominous signs as he's, I think, on your picture right now on the right-hand side, pumping his way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you do. You know, the pumping doesn't necessarily make you faster, but you climb in terms of height upwind, so you can point higher when you're pumping. So a couple of point pumps every so often just gains you a bit of ground upwind. And those little bits of ground upwind can make all the difference.
Yeah, so we can see Pierre going on starboard, and then we have Pont here in the middle, Nico on top of him, Mateo was on the screen as well. Mateus Isaac as well there.
Yeah, the Brazilian.
So I'm pretty sure Nico will tack and make the mark, but all these guys that are coming below him probably, as you see now, Pont had to tack, and now he's not going to make the mark, so then he will have to put 2 extra tacks.
Yeah, and that can be the difference. So Nico Goya looking in a very, very solid position once again, and probably would maybe win the world title after this race. I mean, I'm looking at his results. I'm thinking we've probably got 3 discards. I don't see how he could lose, actually. So we'll have to do some sums, but I'm pretty sure if he wins this race, he probably will be crowned a world champion. But we'll give you confirmation of that as we go up to the drone on the windward mark. That white mark is the windward mark, and I have a feeling this is Nico Goya coming through, and he's going to have a pretty tasty looking lead. Oh, actually they're all pretty close to him. He pumps up, makes it round though. So Nicholas Goya, the GPS has actually gone a bit AWOL at the moment, but we're going to guess that's Nicholas Goya. And then we've got a couple of the Severn boys, not easy to tell.
I think that the second guy is Pont, the third guy might be Amado. I think I saw a blackboard.
We saw Bartek up there as well. I did see.
Yeah, Mateo on 5th, Pierre below Mateo looks like. Then we have Thomas Goyard just behind Mateo. Oh, somebody fell. The first Severn sail that was on 2nd just fell on the jibe.
You don't see that very often, do you?
Wonder who's that. Yeah, I see Pierre driving, going to the left side. Vincent as well driving. It looked like the starboard run downwind looked like it's going really low, so I'm wondering why they're driving, because most of the guys you can see they're continuing because they're going really deep. We can see now Nico just dived, so sometimes you get this gas from the right side that brings you really down. So yeah, Nico there on board. Now Pierre driving back to get on that gust. Yeah, but he might be facing a lot of guys now coming on board that just didn't jive at the mark. You see, then Vincent Langer now.
Struggling with his GPS at the moment, but it looks like Bartek from Poland is up there on the Severn. Matteo Iachino up there, Matthias Isaac, but I think we're missing a few GPSs from the top boys, because Nicholas Goya, we can see Maciej Rakowski there, Vincent Langer. They're not at the front, but
yeah,
they're in the mix. Thomas Goya just going through. Just below him is brother, which is obviously leading this downwind run.
Actually, yeah, that's Bruno Martini. I haven't seen Maciej yet, so he might be a little bit back, which not a good moment. Yeah, no. Matteo driving on the right side. So yeah, it looked like this downwind was favored on the right side, left side if we're looking upwind, because all those guys stay to the left side of the lake.
Yeah, it looks pretty breezy out there now when you just look straight out off the TV. It's a fair bit of breeze. Nico Goya leading this Formula Foil World Championships going into the last day, and he's pretty much got it sewn up. A win here will pretty much give him the title, and deservedly so. He's looked in extremely good form all week. He kind of looks on another level, but Nicholas Goya is going to round first once again round the leeward mark and head back up for the second lap, as he just does a little jibe before.
Yeah, I think second is Matteo. It looks like he made a lot of ground in downwind.
No, well, there we go.
Yeah, that's Matteo on second. So he passed a lot of guys. Yeah,
he's found his form.
Yeah,
it took him a while, but he's there.
Yeah. So who's that on?
Bartek round in there. Then we've got the
Piotr.
Yeah.
Thomas, Luc Paponsilan, Pont, Bontemps, Pierre, Vincent, Mateusz. Finally a good race there. Then the Dutch guy, always forgets his name. Another Polish.
Yeah,
Willem Uppert.
Julian Tak.
Yeah.
Well, it's super close though, isn't it? You can just know. Maciej not doing well, just rounding now, so he is going to be a little bit worried about his podium place. Had 2 seconds and then he's deep in this one. It's going to be very difficult to fight his way back, but a few other riders who we'd expect to see up there have not been up there.
Yeah,
and they're up there in this one. So Matteo Iachino, one of them, definitely. You know, Matthias Isaac, he's won that PWA foil event, one of the first ones, obviously.
Yeah, in Korea.
Yeah. So definitely going to be watching him. Vincent Langer's up there in this one. Thomas Goya, Miszka from Poland, Michinski from Poland, Bartek Quick from Poland. So the Poles have definitely got some good guys fighting here. And interestingly, if you didn't tune in yesterday, Michinski is the coach. It's just they don't allow coach boats here. So he's like, well, what better way to get a good view of the course than to go out and race with the boys? And we all know how good Pont, as he's known, Michinski is, and he is giving the boys a good run for the money.
You know, all the time when you have a coach, you know, and they tell you, you did this wrong, you did that right, you know, and obviously sometimes, most of the time they tell you what you did wrong, right? And then you should go and race and show me how it's done. Well, nobody can tell that to Pont, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have to listen to him when Pont's talking. Okay, so if you've just tuned in, this is, I have a quick review of the results, but this is the 8th race for the men's Gold Fleet. We're still waiting for that result to drop in.
Oh yeah, Maciej was on second after the last race.
Yeah, so it has dropped in. So this is the 8th race.
Yeah.
The second race, so Maciej, before this race happened, Nicola Goya was leading with 6 points. Pretty much got it wrapped up. Well, he has got it wrapped up. Maciej Rakowski moved up into second place with 21 points. Thomas Goya 23rd with third place with 23 points, and then Mortefon with 25, Michinski with 26. Actually, Julian dropped to 31 points, so he was really close. But Maciej,
Maciej will have to
bad one, can he?
Well, no, he will probably discard the one he's racing now, and he will have to put that first one 11 points in. So that's quite bad if you want to aim for the podium. So it looked to me that the best guy from that group, that leader group, is Pierre at the moment on this race.
Yeah,
right.
Actually, quite a few of them are not
Yeah, actually,
you
Pierre
know,
was not so in the front. Yeah, actually, maybe Thomas is the guy in front.
Michinski maybe has got
Michinski's
the
up there, yeah.
advantage. He's
Yeah.
got some really solid results. He hasn't been outside the top 10 in one race, which is pretty solid racing. Actually, to be fair, same as Thomas Goya, he's not been outside the top 10 either. So really interesting to see. But out in front, Nicolas Goya absolutely destroying the field once again in another race.
So we are aiming for 2 more after this, they said?
The women's race after this, and
Yeah.
then I think one more goal flip.
Only one more.
I think.
Okay.
But I don't get told everything, I got to be honest.
Okay.
Bimba, is that Bimba from Brazil?
Might
What do you
be.
reckon?
Bimba win, yes.
Ricardo
So Nico,
Santos?
yeah, Bimba. So now Nico rounded, second place Matteo. And then let's see who is there. I can see Pierre on the left side. I can see the duotone and the red fanatic. So probably Pont, he's here on third. Yeah, that's Pont, I think. Another Severn there. This is
Michinski and Mishka.
yeah, exactly. No. Mishka probably attacking now at the
and
mark.
Bartek,
And
yeah.
Bartek, yeah. And then Pierre on starboard. Oof. Ooh, that was Thomas Goyard. And then Luke. Yeah, so actually Pierre is the one that is having the best race from that second to fifth fight for the podium.
I mean, the second, third places are going to come down to the last race, no doubt about it. First will be wrapped up by Nicolas Goya, who's out in the lead in this one. You can see Luke van op Zeeland just gone round.
Yeah.
IFCA foil champion last year at this event. Obviously this year it's not the IFCA, it's the Formula foil. But good to see. He got a bit stronger today, actually. His results have picked up, but still struggling for some consistency.
Yeah, he had some bad luck, I heard yesterday.
I saw the protest list. He was in nearly all of them.
Yeah, but
Not making any friends. Or
yeah, but besides that, I heard in one race he was very good, and then he got something on the foil, so he dropped. Okay, Maciek just passing through the reaching mark, so yeah, he's quite far back. So from the leaders or the guys aiming for the podium, we had Pierre, and then 2 positions back was Thomas. So I saw Thomas driving going to the left side, and Pierre following on that same tack on starboard towards the right side. So let's see what pays off there. It kind of looks like everybody's going to the right side. You get that gust next to the trees, and then you can follow it all the way down, right?
Couple of tacking off, jibing off, but I'm not sure that's going to be the way forward. It has been, most of the guys have been coming out that left hand side looking upwind.
Oh, someone fell in there. Phantom. Did not see Julian. Julian was...
Well, Nicolas Goya is nearly down at the leeward mark already. He's absolutely flown down this last downwind of the 8th race for the Formula Foil World Championships, and it isn't going to be long before he's going over the line in first place.
So actually my mistake saying that the leaders from the second to the fifth were Pierre and Thomas, because actually Pont is up there. I think Marcinski is on third, just behind Matteo.
Yeah. So we go. Nicolas Goya, he had a bad race last race, 6. It's his worst race of the competition, and he's come back with a bullet. Second place is Matteo Iachino, last year second in the Peterway Slalom World Tour.
Oh, Pierre back to third.
Oh, he's pushed through
Thomas,
there, hasn't he?
Yeah, Thomas on fourth.
Let's have a look at that last mark. I'm confused now. This is it would be good to see that last mark. That's where the action's happening. We've obviously got Nicolas Goya coming through. There's Thomas Goya, Pierre Mortefon round, Bonton. Mateus Isaac.
Yeah, we had Pont on third, sorry. We still have Pont on third and fourth, Pierre and fifth Thomas.
Yeah, then we've got Mishka, Bartek, then a couple more things. But here we go, crossing the line for another victory. And Nicolas Goya claims it, and I'm pretty sure that's the world title right there.
All right,
Like I said, I don't want to say that, but he's claiming like he's just won the world title. So I'll give him it. Matteo Dakine, finally up in the top few there. We got Michinski from Poland in third, and that is going to put all these top 3 places into the mix. Pierre Mortefon in fourth, followed by Julian Bontomps' fourth back there. Then we got Thomas Goya still in there, Luke van op Zeeland, then we got Mishka from Poland, and then we've got Hugh Jantak, that Dutch guy. Bartek coming through, looking good.
Alexander Cousin.
We've got Alexander
Vincent
Cousin,
Langer.
Vincent Langer, we got Huger,
Colombo.
Elia Colombo,
Colombo,
first Swiss.
the Swiss, yeah, he's been going well actually, putting in some moves.
Ramon Pastor,
Kowalski.
And
Maciek.
just Maciek now,
Pastor.
pretty deep. Not going to be happy with that.
Maciek. Lecoq.
Couldn't put those two words together.
So next race
Okay,
will be
so-
the ladies. Ladies race.
Women racing up next. A couple of close calls
So,
on the
ladies
finish. It looks
race,
scary.
race.
Oh my God! Oh God! Oh! Did he not put that foil? Somebody just nearly took their foil off on the beach here. He must have been so confident of the depth of that
So
water.
great.
I was not. I have to be honest.
So I shouldn't say it, but now we can officially say that Nico Goya is world champion.
Yep, there we go. We're just hearing over the beach commentary that it is official that Nikos
Look at all
Goya
the
is
teams
the
coming
world
here,
champion. That's to do
flying
with the discards we've got left, the bad races he's had, and even if he has to discard all the races to come, he can count the races he's already had and he will win anyway.
Yeah.
So literally he could sit on the beach and watch these races.
So is he counting only first places?
No, he's actually, I mean, yeah, he's counting mostly first places, I won't lie, God.
One,
He's on
one.
a second and a sixth.
So ladies,
So if he doesn't race the next one,
He gets a second.
yeah.
If he doesn't race the next one, he gets a sixth.
I think he's gonna go out and
I
race
think
and
he's
win
all
it.
right, yeah. I think
Because
so.
when the event
Okay,
started,
question.
he told me, well, after he won the
question,
first three,
can
he
you
said,
do one more race?
I know
Can
that
you
you
do
won a
one
world
more race?
championship
Can you go
only
to
counting
after the
first
winner,
places.
okay?
And I said, are you
So
gonna able
one more race
to do that
for
here?
the gold
We
team
will see.
after
So I'm
this
sure he's gonna go out and
race.
try to only score first
I
places.
mean, that just says the confidence of
Yeah.
how he
Last
knows he's
race for
sailing.
the men.
Because I said to him, I said, maybe you shouldn't
After
push so hard because
this
everyone's going to
ladies'
try harder because they know the gap's so big. And he goes, yeah, but I'm going to try harder. I'm like, okay.
Did you copy that? We have
He
one
goes,
more
I've even
race
got a few
after
things
that
I've been
girl.
working on which I think can make me faster. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
The gold,
the
please.
guy is really
Okay,
into it.
welcome
I mean,
back,
it's a technical sport. It's obviously, you know, yacht racing at the same time. It's not just about going fast. Obviously, if you're going fast, tactics become a little easier, but you
Yeah.
still got to have them.
Yeah, he's a very good racer. He's fit. He has been training, and his gear is working good. And he had a lot of work on those. Actually, he's racing on his board, so
Yeah.
he designed that board.
So
That's
we
quite
gotta go
impressive.
The Phantom
one more
board.
time
Yeah, he designed that
with
board.
The ladies.
And yeah, what else to say? Already last year PWA World Champion, so not much to say there.
Yeah, it's not like he's come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. He was the PWA champion. He was on different sponsors last year, so he has had a change. He's gone pretty much all Phantom now. Phantom
Yeah.
foil, Phantom board, which he designed, and a Phantom sail. And to be fair, Phantom have come out of nowhere. You know, they're known for designing catamaran
5
sails,
minutes
I
for the
think.
ladies, 5
And they
minutes for
kind of
the
came
ladies.
into the windsurfing scene a few years ago, and in the racing, they are right up there. You've got to give it to them. So fair play, and they're sponsoring the right guys. You know,
Exactly, yeah.
makes
Yeah.
a big difference. You know, the guys that are pushing the level in foiling, definitely. So yeah, we've got the women next, and we've got to talk about the women because Helena Neusmann has absolutely dominated the women like Nico Goya has dominated the men. She's had a couple of mishaps, a third and a ninth, but apart from that, all first
Well,
places.
repeat one
So
more time.
she
We have now
must
women
have
heat
her
and
world
then
title
girls
wrapped up
heat.
now. This is kind of
Last
like
race
a
of the
glory
boat.
lap, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But second place is up for grabs. Do you know any of these girls from the Olympics?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, Maya, she's a very good sailor in strong wind RSX. She's very strong. Every time that is strong winds, yeah, she wins.
Maya
And-
Donoska?
Yeah, and she's and then Lilian, obviously, she won this year's World Championships. She's very good. I think she finished second last year in Garda on the RSX World Championship, and she's obviously really strong.
So Lilian de Goes, obviously a twin sister of Esther de Goes that we know from the PWA scene, and obviously Lilian has been going down that Olympic campaign route for a long time. Been to quite a few Olympics already.
Yeah.
Medal? I know she's
Not medal.
super close.
She was very close,
Really close.
in Brazil. She was fourth actually. Yeah, she had a bit of bad luck on the last
On
day
the
of
last
training.
race, I remember.
No,
Oh,
even
last day.
before the
Okay.
training, you know, you're allowed to take your mast and your fin. And the day before the event started, she broke her mast at the shore break. So then, actually, when you break your mast, then you just get one random one.
Oh,
Yeah.
ouch.
So
And
what I
as
heard-
you know, if any racers are out there will know,
Yeah.
a mast is a big deal.
Yeah, so what I heard is that before the Olympics started, she was really dominant. She looked like she was
Okay.
going to win gold, and then when this happened, obviously you just get a mast randomly, and that was a disaster. She started quite bad, but then she came back, and then at the last race, she almost got third place.
Yeah, I know. I remember
Yeah,
watching that
yeah.
race, the medal
Yeah,
race, and
yeah.
it came down, and almost no one knew who'd won
Yeah.
or who'd got the medals. It
Yeah.
was so close.
Yeah, so she definitely deserved a medal there. But well, it's obviously fourth. We can see her. We can see that she will be up there in London. In Tokyo.
And she won the recent RSX World Championships.
Yes, in
Ready
charge. So
for the last race of
So
the
really
race.
good to see. We've got the women up next.
last
Obviously,
race of the
we've got
ladies.
Klepaka
So ladies,
from
get all
Poland.
your energy
Obviously a
together
medalist
for
as
the
well.
last race
Polish,
of your World
39 29 points. Okay, we're gonna lose Gons for now. So you just got me, you lucky people. We got Marina Alabau as well. We've got quite a few top riders in this. For anyone who's been following the PWA, Lena Erdl is out there, and she's set up for Germany. So you might have to, sort of change your vision of what you used to seeing, because it does make a bit of a difference. We've got a good Brit contingent as well. Alicia Gibson, been sailing really good. She had some good top 5 races, just needs a bit more consistency at the moment. But from what I've heard, she's been sailing the RSX to help the British medal hope train towards the Olympics, because obviously most people have gone off the RSX, so they've had to have a few late to stay on to help the guys and girls that are still going to the Olympics to train.
Yeah.
So not easy, so it is a bit of
I have an
a
important
funny changeover
information
year.
for the top 3 men
Okay.
and top 3 ladies. After that, we finish with the men's heat. You have to cut. So the top 3 men and women have to come to the main stage after the last
Okay,
race.
so we just
of the
hearing
Grand
what's
Prix.
going to happen after these races. Top 3 men, top 3 women. We're going to go straight to the main stage after the last Gold Fleet race. So we've got one women's race now coming up, and then we've got one Gold Fleet race, and then it sounds like they might even go straight into the presentations, or at least the mini presentations for the beach. So keep your eyes on that. On this race, Helena Neusman, is she going to go out there? Does she know? I mean, it would be good to get her on the live stream, because she, like I said, she's been racing so well all week. It's a real shame we haven't had much of a featured, but with the timetable we've been given this
Okay,
week, we've got a
so
window
we will
from
have,
literally 3 till 4 where we can
flower
live stream.
ceremony
I
after the
think we're going to
Gold
go
Fleet, and
over
we
that
will
today,
have,
but
a stage,
I think that's fair enough, isn't it? I think that's fair enough. It's the last day.
On the stage at 5 o'clock, the big presentation on the
Got a
stage.
slight problem with my internet, so I'll
At
try
5
and just
o'clock.
get this sorted before we kick off with this women's race. Anybody want to make any predictions? Be my guest. There we go, and we are
Good
off.
start, good
We
start.
are off. A great start of this top end
Great
from
start from
Lena
Lena
Erdl, Germany 33. Like I said, we're
Good
not
start
used
for
to
her.
seeing that German sail number. Well, obviously she is half German. Not sure which half, but definitely half. Also, good start on that from Netherlands 33.
Alright, so
This
the
is just the
ladies
start
on
of the
the
end of the line.
last
A lot of the
race.
winners have been coming out that port
For
end of the
this
line, though,
2020
banging
World
that
Championship.
left-hand side sort of corner, just on the
We
early
already
stage
know
anyway.
who the
So
World
you have to do
Champion
less
is, but
tacks, and as Gon said,
I
it
think
makes
they're
a
still
big,
tied
big
for second
difference
and third, so it's
to how many
still
tacks you
interesting
do
for the
on
ladies.
the upwind. How strong is the wind today? I'd say mid to high teens, I would guess. Wind on the course. A lot of support for Hu Jan Tak, the Dutch guy. We're going to have to give him a good nickname, because it's 3 parts to that name. Can't we call him Tak? Can you call him Tak? Anyone out there? That's his last name. Makes it a little bit simpler for us simple commentators here. The Turkish German, yeah, there we go. Like I say, we should have a look at the women's results at the moment, because like I say, Neusman has been dominating, but it doesn't mean to say there isn't some really good competition out there, because there definitely is. From Great Britain there, that's Izzy Adcock. You can see with a big Union Jack on the sail. Helena Neusman is out there, and on the GPS she is leading. Pianas is fighting for that lead on that first upwind. But again, it's not super easy to see. Alicia Gibson as well, I mentioned her before. She's been having some good races and showing sort of glimpses of what maybe she's capable of in the future when she puts a bit more work in on the foil or on the IQ foil, which I'm guessing a lot of them are on, because a lot of them will be aiming for that the Olympics next time around. So a lot of funding comes from a lot of the countries when you go to get a medal. In terms of PWA, the countries don't give you anything, so it is why a lot of the pathways through the funding and stuff is all aimed towards getting medals and the Olympics. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Now they've got some nice bit of kit that is really up to date with what, you know, the top guys in the world are using. So yeah, really excited to see what it's got to offer. I'm just going to put my track up. There we go. So still, it's changing around a little bit at the top. Keep seeing Lilian de Roos up there, Helena Neusman up there, fighting out Becker, Argentina. Will that be how it happens when we actually get to the windward mark? Like I said, it's never super clear on the GPS, but it gives you a rough idea on the upwind of how it's working. But obviously lifts and headers and gusts and stuff do play a major part in that. But France 57 is Helena Neusman, so keep your eye on that number. She has been in devastating form, and I'm expecting her to be right up there once again. There we go. Quick look at the women. That looks like Lena Erdl from Turkish German, obviously trying to slip into that German Olympic team. We got Lilian de Roos, Netherlands 3, going really well just on this side of it. So Lena Erdl looks like she's in a good position. Expect her to be right up there. Dianoska as well from Poland, she's had a really good racing week, and we'd expect her to be right up there, sitting in second place in the overalls at the moment, doing a solid job of racing. And then we got Bazo from Peru, looking pretty solid on the Pride. Should be getting quite close to the ley line for Helena Neusman and the girls to tack round. Can't be far off, seeing them go round that top mark. That is the top mark there, that white triangular buoy, who will be first round. If you're a betting man, which I am, Helena Neusman probably would get the nod, but you never know. She's on the loft sail, or she has been on the loft sail. On the GPS, she's looking like she's got a good margin.
Race number 11. So 11 races.
It's going to be close though, as the Argentinian. Can they pull it up? Going to come in with speed, I think. Oh, it goes round. I think it's the Argie was actually round in first, which is Jasmine Lopez Becker, but soon overtaken by Neusman. And then it looks like Lipinska from Poland, who goes round, Lilian de Roos, Alicia Gibson from the UK, go around in fourth place, up there again. Maya Danoska, also there. Lena Erdl, also in the mix. A lot of the women are on the Severn sail, so not the easiest to pick out, I won't lie to you. But it looks like all the major players are up there, and then we've got a few throwing themselves into the mix every now and again. One of them is Lena Erdl. Lena Erdl's had a good result with a third place chucked in there somewhere thereabouts, and then have a couple of disasters, and then a couple of sixths, and then a couple of disasters, and then eighth in the last one. So she's finding a form. Good to see the PWA regular up there. But they've got to talk about this woman out there in front. She has, I've been told, dominate the windy races, or been always up there in the windy RSX races. So it's no surprise to see her up there in this foiling discipline. But Helena Neusman has absolutely dominated this Formula Foil World Championships here at the ENGADINWIND for the Vanora and Dakine sponsored event. Really good to see. And again, nice to see a different sail up there, using the loft sails, so easy to spot her. Not that she's that hard to spot. Looks like Lena Erdl is in the mix there. You can see Elisa Gibson in there. We've got Jasmine Lopez Becker still in the mix. Just going to have a look. I haven't seen much of her name. She's sitting in 19th place
Last
overall.
race
Her
for
best
the
result
ladies for the
today. Actually, she had a
championship.
7th in the
Race
8th
number
race.
11.
So she's had a better day today. Looks like she's shown, maybe just got it together later in the event. It's always a hard one to take that when you sort of find something clicks and it's a little bit too late, but still fills you a bit of confidence. As long as you're getting some good races in out there, it can feel pretty exciting, especially on that foil. A lot of the RSX, girls out there will find it a lot more exciting than the RSX, that's for sure. That is the I'm trying to figure out what that is. It's definitely someone else who's not in this competition. Okay, there we go. Because that is the Leeward mark. I was thinking, where is she? Helena Neusman, waiting for her to go round the bottom mark in first place. It's a familiar sight for everyone who's been here on site. And there she is, goes round in first, and a nice commanding lead for the 2020 Formula Foil World Champion. Let's see who's next up. That's what we want to see. Who is round in second, third, fourth? Let's have a look at the mark, boys. Come on. Okay, so we're not going to have a look at the mark. That's a shame, because that's where all the action is happening. There we go. I can see Alicia Gibson there. We've already had a couple already round. Oh, there's a bit of a crash. I think Lena Erdl is already round, but there's someone gone down. Bazo coming round from Peru, and there Jasmine Becker coming through. But again, we got a little bit muddled there because we missed, I think, the second. Well, second up to second is Lillian de Goes is into second. She had a really good downwind. Third place, Lena Erdl. Lipinska in fourth place, and Dyrnowska from Poland in fifth. Well, Gibson is actually in the mix with those two as well, because that is the GPS from them going upwind. So apologies for that.
For the ladies for the championship.
But we are into the last lap. It's looking like I said, the major players are at the front. Lena Erdl's got herself up there. Alicia Gibson got herself up there. A bit more consistency from them girls would definitely help. But they've definitely had some gold in the mix. Will it make a difference? Just looking at the points, it will make a difference for Alicia Gibson. She can move up a couple of places inside the top 10 with a good race here. She's equal points with two other riders, and then there's a 20-point gap, so that's going to be a hard one to take. But with some big discards coming in, you never know. Lillian de Goes, is she fighting? Yes, she is. She wants that silver medal. At the moment, Dyrnowska from Poland is sitting in second place, 3 points ahead of the Dutch rider.
Yes.
And it is probably going to come down to those two who get the silver medal. So Lillian de Goes will need to beat Dyrnowska by 3 places. And it's not looking like that's happening, because Dyrnowska is coming back pretty strong. Even if she doesn't beat Lillian, I think it's still going to be enough. But I'm just looking at discards. Are we going to get another discard after this? Because we are probably on a different discard system. We might get another discard, and that could change things around. What's the second, third discards? Is a 5. It's only going to be 1 point, so we're not going to make too much difference. So Dyrnowska needs to get her skates on and get as close as she can as to Lillian de Goes if she wants to keep hold of that silver medal. But out in front, it's that girl there. I should say woman, Helena Neusman. She's got a fairly commanding lead, the French woman. It's no doubt why she's won so many races this week. She's been in absolutely dominant form, got so much speed.
For the ladies, and obviously the gold fleet can slowly.
We say after this we're going to bring you the results from the men before the last race, so hopefully the guys in the office are working overtime to get all that prepared, so we know exactly where we are as we go into the men's gold flip race. This is the last race for the women at this Formula Foil World Championship. We've already got our winner, and this is the fight for the minor places. you know, further down the field, you're going to want to get inside the top 10. That's kind of like a benchmark, I guess. And then obviously the podium places are up for grabs. Maya Junovska fighting it out with Lilian de Groes for that second place. Klipatska had a pretty good chance, but I don't think there's enough space now with the two girls right up there. She's got too much to make up. And there we go, already at the windward mark, is it?
So the last race for the boat fleet.
Absolutely miles ahead. She has smashed that second upwind. She's going to have nearly a full reach. There we go, Alicia Gibson from the UK with that big Great Britain sticker on the top. Looking pretty solid in the mix.
The wind is good, very good.
Alina Erdl must be up there as well. Dunovska, who's going to go around, and I can't really see, we're too far away to actually see the sail numbers, but I'm just going to flick over to the GPS. It looks like it might be Lipinska round in second place. Lilian de Groes in third, we're hearing. But guess who's behind her? Dunovska right behind her with Lena Erdl as well, both chasing down the third place rider. And if Dunovska can finish super close to Lilian de Groes, I think that will be enough to take the silver medal. Lena Erdl though, up there mixing it up with the girls here.
Around the second time to the upwind mark.
Massive lead, over 300 metre lead from Neusman over the second place rider de Groes, and then there's a 50 metre gap between Karolina Lipinska. So de Groes has had already the downwind by the looks of it, but Dunovska is probably coming back. She's got some great speed on the downwind, that's where we're used to seeing it, so expect her to challenge on this downwind and maybe secure that silver medal for Poland. So it is a fight between the Dutch and the Polish for the silver medal. The French have already bagged the gold medal. We want to be staying on that leeward mark. If we can get the camera guys to get on that leeward mark to see the mark roundings, to see them come round, and then we'll follow the world champ home from probably halfway around the reach. Although looking at the lead she's got, we might even be able to do the whole last reach and then go back to the leeward mark. She's absolutely flying.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so let's have a look up on the beach. Looking pretty solid racing. Helena Neusman looking really good out in the front. She's got a massive lead and definitely deserved of this Formula Foil World title. Obviously we've got the Europeans, the IQ European Championships coming up after this. Tomorrow will be the marathon race. We're going to have some foil freestyle on the live stream, and then the IQ might start in the afternoon, but I don't think we'll have it on the stream. We're going to be joining the IQ foil the day after. That is how it's looking. So here we go. This is Lilian de Groes on the last downwind. Really nice jibe. You're not hardly seeing any falls on the jibing. I mean, such a change from a year ago. She's got plenty of lift from that thing. She's not the biggest of riders, and she is definitely having a really good fight on this downwind. And as we go around the last mark, it looks like it's going to be Helena Neusman, the Formula Foil World Champion, who is going to be home and dry. She's on the last stretch.
World Champion.
Who is in the next place? It looks like Lilian de Groes is going to go around in second place. Yes, it is. So she has done what she can do. But if that is Dunovska in third place, then I'm pretty sure Dunovska, and I think it is. No, that's Lipinska. So there's a couple, there's a place between them. Will that be enough? We'll have to check the discards. It's going to be so close for that second place. We've got Alicia Gibson going through with Lena Erdl's actually overtaken her on that downwind. But we are going to join that fight in a minute, because we're going to the Formula Foil World Champion for 2020. It is Helena Neusman. What a good showing. She is, like I said, dominated this competition. Absolutely unstoppable. Probably counting all first places. Really impressive stuff from the French woman. Second place, Lilian de Groes. We have to see if that's enough to get her a silver medal. It might be. It's going to be down to 1 point, no doubt about it. Close, really close. Lipinska, really good race from the Polish rider. Good race to her to finish on third for her. And then we have Dunovska. Has she done enough to secure second place? That is the fight. Oh, Alicia Gibson has gone down right at the end. Oh no! Oh, that's a disaster for the British rider. She'd overtaken Lena Erdl, but she has let it slip right at the end and gone down. She's been overtaken by, it looks like, France 31. Oh, right at the end. Couple of French coming through. Oh, Gibson going to be gutted. Especially, I don't think it's going to make a difference for the overalls. I think she will pull up to about 8th place, but that's going to be gutting. Not what you want to do on the last finish.
Great job, and here the rest of the team coming and hit the world champion. Let's give a big applause again. Helen Bosman.
So just going to go, as we've got the finishers going through now, just going to go through a few of the questions we're getting on YouTube, on the comments. So we've got, are those guys and girls that are going to be racing in the Olympics? There's a few of them that will be racing in the Olympics, but this is the new Olympic class. This is the Formula Foil class, so it's not the Olympic class. But there are a few people on the Olympic gear in that race. So it's a 9-meter sail. We're going to be seeing the Europeans in the next couple of days anyway, so I suggest you tune in for that, and then you will see everyone on exactly the same gear. 9-meter sail, you know, a Formula board, same foil, same everything. Obviously we all know if you do one design it should be the same, and there's always slight differences, so it's, you know, it's like that. But in the Formula foil it's formula rules, so 12-meter sail is the biggest you can use. No one is out there on 12-meter sails. With the foil you don't need a 12-meter sail. But there is a few guys with 11s. I don't think they use them today. Obviously 10s is quite a popular size, and then a few of the smaller ones on 9.0. So we are going straight into the men's gold fleet. I'm going to try and get the results refreshed. Okay, we are refreshed. You're in luck. Okay, so going into this last race, Nicolas Goya is the world champion of Formula Foil for 2020. That is guaranteed. But oh my God, second place. Have a check of this. We've got Michinski, Goya and Mortafon all level on 29 points. So, by my reckoning, the winner, I need to know about discards. It's not Peter Way anymore, so I don't know. Do we get another discard after this race? If we do, that would also change the calculations. But if we don't, it will be who finishes ahead of who if they finish inside the top, let's say 5 or 6, which would be exciting. Rutkowski has really slipped down. He's really slipped down. He's only 3 points behind a medal, but we have 3 guys level for second. Michinski, Goya and Mortafon, with Maciek Rutkowski 3 points behind. Can someone give me confirmation? I don't think we're going to get another discard. Pretty sure. Sailed 9, discards 2, but maybe there's 3 discards after 10. It wouldn't surprise me. Maybe not. No, it can't be. No, it can't be. It's going to be 2 discards. So this is going to be exciting. Who beats who? I still like confirmation of that. I hate commentating without knowing. I'm sure maybe someone online knows probably better than me. I know, but it's a different competition. They do have different rules. So hopefully someone can do some research or enlighten me if they will get another discard after this race, because if they do, it will make a difference to how the points are adding up. I hope you're all with me. But we've got a big race. Obviously the winner is done and dusted. Nicolas Goya absolutely dominated. 7 points. His closest rival on 29, and 3 of them are on 29 points. Goya, Michinski, Mortafon. Maciek Rutkowski 3 points behind, and then Julian Bontemps is 7 points behind. And then we got Hugh Yan Tak, who is the closest rival, but he's quite a long way back, but in 7th place, just ahead of Luke van Opzeeland, Alex Kozan, and just moving up into 10th place after that 2nd place is Matteo Iachino. Good comeback from him. He's actually been pretty consistent around 10th place, just not been lighting the races up with some single digits. So who's excited? Who's going to get it? Who's going to get second? Who's going to get third? Who's going to miss out? I'll let you into a little secret. I actually had this very scenario in one of my first youth world championships. Second in the last race with two other guys, and one of us had to miss out. Guess who missed out? Me. Yes. Ended up fourth. Oh, shocker. It's not the one you want to. This is the worst one. Fourth is the worst. It's not the worst actually, but it feels hard to take when you've been in a medal position going into the last race.
Second, third place. Marcinski's in place in fight. Rukowski, Boto. So this will be a very important race.
Big race. I'm sorry, if you see me go quiet, it's because I'm trying to get myself ready for the big one. Kind of exciting stuff here at the Formula Foil Worlds. The last day of action, not the last day of the Vanora ENGADINWInd, brought to you by Dakine. No, we've still got plenty more action coming. We've got foil freestyle coming up tomorrow, we've got the marathon coming up tomorrow, and we've got the IQ Foil Europeans, which is the new Olympic class, and they're going to be doing slalom, they're going to be doing everything, which is pretty exciting, I have to say. I'm looking forward to it. We got Jetsin saying such a painful collapse right in front of the finish line. Oh my God, when you've done your best. Yeah, exactly. You know you've done it all. It's a hard one to take that, lose those places right at the end, especially if they mean something. If they don't mean anything, those points, it doesn't matter. But if they mean the difference between being in the top 10 or not, yeah, it's a tricky one. If you want to watch on the track, I'm going to put the link in the YouTube comments. So you guys at home, if you're not following it, you can. Gives you a much better idea of where people are. I mean, it's kind of a must for this upwind, downwind racing. Without it, it would be very, very difficult. Okay, let's get it on, as Barry White once said. Let's get it on. Who's going to get it? Come on, who's your money on? Give us some comments. I want to read some comments. I'll give you the options. The options are, well, they're pretty easy.
3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes until the start. So the options are, we've got Nikas Goya, world champ, done. And then we've got Mierczynski from Poland, Thomas Goya, obviously Nikas Goya's brother, and we've got Pierre Mortefon. Pierre Mortefon, PWA Slalom world champion. Thomas Goya was pretty nearly the, well, if it had been upwind, downwind last year, he probably would have won the PWA foil world title as well, but his brother won it in the end, maybe due to that slalom being added in. And then we've got Mierczynski, who has been around since my day. I raced against him in the Youth Worlds where he was dominating, and he has gone on to go to the Olympics, get medals and do all sorts. He's now the Polish coach who is out there because there's no coach boats allowed this week. So he said, well, I may as well race, so at least I'll get a better idea of what's going on. And he is fighting for the medal. We've also got Maciej Rukowski 3 points behind those three guys, so there's no guarantees that Maciej could smash this one. Those guys are outside the top 4. Maciej takes home silver medal. It is that tight. So we're getting down to it. 1 minute 45 on the clock. I bet there better be some comments when I go to that YouTube channel in a minute. There better be. I'm looking. Let's have a look. There we go. We got one saying Goya, but they might be saying for Nico Goya. There is no protest. That's a good point. You never know. We could have protests going on. We saw a few of them last one. We've got vote for Pierre Mortefon to win this race. No one involved from I'm not used to that. With the PWA, we don't have protests, so it's a good point. We could have protests after the end. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, because we saw Pierre Mortefon get disqualified last night. Into the last minute, we are getting lined up. We've got York from Great Britain on this end of the line, going for a more... Oh no, he's choosing to make a move. We got Jan Tak there as well. Tatty Fran's going to join me? Of course he is. He might join me for a little bit. Tatty Fran's. Silverado.
Silverado, amigo.
We're going to share this.
Okay,
The wind is too strong. How windy is it out there, Tatty Fran's?
Not so
Although we have
strong.
got 25 seconds. Not so strong.
Can I put this one? So I can hear? No? Not so strong.
Not so strong. What's that? 15?
Yeah.
15, 16?
Actually, it feels stronger, but then because it's like we're up in the mountains, it's really
light. The
light,
air is
yeah.
not as dense,
Yeah.
I guess, because
10
we've got
seconds,
altitude. 10 seconds to go. Let's see who's your money on. Are we going to get a clean start? A lot of people punching up down that part there. Oh, it's close. Looks like Roman Pastor, but Pierre Mortefon, really good start, a nice safe start.
Yeah.
But he's up near the start, but then maybe trying to go for that two-tack beat.
Yeah, I think if you do 2 tacks, it's easier and quicker.
So this was the
If you take
start
like
of
4
the
times,
last
you're already
race.
like
The
dead, you know.
first
So
Okay, we'll
We
have to
will
see.
now see. We know already who the world champion is.
Pierre Mortefon already tacking off, so he's got different tactics. He's already changed them. A couple of the Brits, they like to go to that right-hand side nice and early.
yeah, I did the same thing.
Works?
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
What is it? A wind bend, more pressure?
More wind, and it's kind of like lift you up.
Okay, so you get a lift as you come into it. So there's a wind
yeah.
bend on this.
Yeah.
I mean, people said it at certain times of day, certain angles of the wind, you get this wind bend off the right-hand side, so you get lifted into it and you get lifted out of it.
Like yesterday, if you went more to the left, and then you just turn, you go straight to the mark. So it was easier and quicker.
Okay, well,
But today it was really shifty, so it's really hard to say you can go there and there and that. So
well, we're looking at the GPS, which is obviously early days. Maciej Rakowski looks like he's had a good start and he's in the mix. Vincent Langer in the mix. Julian Bontemps in the mix. But we know with the GPS, it's not a foregone conclusion because of the angles and the wind bends and
so
all that stuff. So this is just to give us a rough idea. Pierre Mortefon is popping up on the GPS as he hits that wind bend on the inside, on the right-hand side. So yeah, exciting stuff. It's been some exciting racing this week. You haven't done much racing on the foil, I guess.
Nothing.
Upwind, downwind.
I got everything here like new. The board, the foil, the sails, so everything is new. I just rigged them up and then go out.
Okay.
So I did some mistakes. I should have been on the 9-0 the first days. I was on the 10-0. It was like a balloon.
Yeah.
So I was killing myself actually.
So yeah, but that's a good learning process.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a fixture of the future. The foil, it's becoming more and more.
Yeah. And the level is like it's pretty high. So everything if you do a small mistake,
yeah, you get done. You get done.
really
You can see that from 10th to 30th. You make one mistake, you lose 10 places, 15, 20
easily,
places.
Easily.
It's crazy stuff. Okay, looking at the GPS, I'm thinking Matthias Isaac maybe start to find his form actually, because he looks up there. Maciej Rakowski looking pretty solid as well. I would say Sebastian Kördel, Julian Bontemps, all looking good. They're all kind of banging into that right hand side, getting lifted up the shore. We've got Thomas Goya in the mix. Michinski is in the mix. Nicola Goya as well, looking pretty solid. It's early days, and like I say, it's super hard to check.
Did you see how the wind changed direction? How they start moving up? So
Julian Bontemps is looking like he's going to cross. He was one of the first into that right hand side, and he seems to be crossing a lot of the pack. The difference is these later guys into that corner might be able to make the mark with one tack. He is going to have to put 2 more tacks in, and that could be the difference. Matthias Isaac though is leading also into that right hand side. Michinski, Rakowski all looking in the mix. Now we're not going to really know until we see some actual visuals of them going round the windward mark.
Like yesterday I went all the way to the right, and I got this wind that lifted me up all the way to the first mark. I was like miles ahead.
That's what you want, isn't it?
That's what I want.
You've got to find that lift.
But today it's teaching a lot of the wind, so it's very hard to say you will be there in like 2 tacks, you know?
Yeah, well, we're getting close now. We've got Bontemps putting another tack in, and then we're going to have Michinski, Rakowski, all coming out that right-hand side, and maybe Matthias Isaac looks, if he's made that ley line, Matthias Isaac is looking very good. Here we go, Matthias Isaac is going to make the ley line, and I think it's going to be difficult to say. I know Matthias Isaac's there. We got the Phantom in the mix as well. Maciej is there, Rakowski. difficult to see on those ones as we go around. So yeah, it is Michinski round, Isaac round, Yakino round, Goya, that's Nicholas Goya, Rukoski, Kuzan, Goya.
Ooh,
So all the top riders are in.
Down.
Oh, someone did go down.
Yeah, just before the mark, the second mark.
Is that the duotone? Or is it the Phantom?
The Phantom. The Phantom.
It's the Phantom.
Yeah.
So that could be Nicholas Goya. We'll have to wait and see. He was up there in about that position. This is so close. If you are just joining in, this is what it's going to come down to. 3 guys at the moment sharing silver medal position with Maciej Rykowski 3 points behind them. So there's only 3 points separating second from fifth.
That's like a needle.
It's all on this race. It's all on this race.
Oh.
And Michinski, who is actually leading this race at the moment, could find himself in that silver medal position. If he wins this race, he will have the silver medal. Thomas Goya needs to find some speed. Maciej Rykowski needs to find some double speed. And Pierre Mortefon, he needs to be up there as well.
Matteo is also there, huh?
Yeah, Matteo Yakino. But, I mean, he's found his form a bit late.
Yeah.
He seems to be going much better today, like he's worked something out.
Probably he went with a smaller sail, probably.
Okay, so we've got Matteo Yakino flying down this downwind. On the GPS, he's took the lead ahead of Michinski. But again, it's on the downwind. We've got Matthias Isaac on the Neil Pride. Pretty easy to spot. I don't know if we've got live video from those guys coming downwind because they are flying. It looks like Nicholas Goya is still on because there's a Phantom in about 4th place at the moment. These are the 2 leaders though, and it looks like the slalom vice world champion from 2019, Matteo Yakino, is in 1st place, with Michinski just dropping back to 2nd at the moment, but still in that silver medal position.
Downwind, man, they're flying downwind.
It's scary.
It is.
I heard a lot of people say it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
It's scary stuff, this foiling. So there we go. Matteo Yakino, is he going to finish with a bullet? The PWA Slalom Vice World Champion from 2019, Matteo Yakino. There he is.
Wow, it's Matteo Yakino.
There he goes, Yakino round in 1st. 2nd place, Michinski. Can we have that rather angle, please, boys? I just want to see who's
followed
who.
by Michinski.
Rykowski. So Rykowski's right in the mix here, but then we've got Bontops, we've got Alexander Kuzan, looks like, and then we've got Nicholas Goya, then we've got Thomas Goya, and then we've got Bontops, so it was Matthias Isaac before, then we've got Kurvels in there. Oh, someone just went down. Tapped off. But Pierre Mortefon is down. It is all open. Maciej's in the mix. Michinski is definitely in the driving seat. Thomas Goya is going to drop back. Yeah, this is going to be a super tight race. We're not going to call this until the last leeward mark. There's no way you could. Just to remember, if you are tuning in, results as they stand: Michinski, Thomas Goya, Mortefon, all level points, with Maciej Rykowski 3 points behind. So whoever beats who, as long as they're right up there, will take that silver medal. So if Michinski beats all those guys, he will take the silver medal. Then it's pretty much who finishes next. Maciej has to finish 3 points ahead of them though to take it. It's going to be difficult with Michinski in 2nd, but bronze is still on. Bronze medal is still on for Rykowski.
I tell you, the speed that Nico has is amazing.
I've heard the rumors, like devastating.
I asked him this morning, like, how do you go so fast? Like, I don't know. How do you do it? He said, I don't know.
And he doesn't have a back strap. You took your back strap off yet?
No, I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to do it. No, but he's really fast, and I'm really surprised about it.
If you are tuning in, like I say, I keep saying it because I know we're having new people tuning in all the time. Nicholas Goya has dominated, absolutely dominated this Formula Foil World Championships this week. If he wins this race, which at the moment he's not, but if he did, I think he could count all 1st places. I think, if he wins this race.
If he wins this one,
But
he has a 2nd and a 6th, right, today?
He's had a couple of blips. But he's had a couple of mostly 1st places though. Helena Neusman as well. Got to say it for her, she was dominating. Yeah, he's won by a mile. He's won by the
right.
Windward Mark. He's a reach ahead. He's going so fast upwind. But look at this. This is Matteo Iachino and Michinski. And Michinski looks like he might have the measure of Matteo Iachino on this upwind. He's higher upwind. He's got a better angle. So maybe he's got inside that wind shift or that lift on this inside.
It is what I said.
Got to get the inside.
Yeah, it's just that.
Goes back to longboard racing.
Yeah.
Back to longboard racing. You know it.
Like really?
This is proper yacht racing out
yeah.
there. That's what we want. I like a bit of
But
tactics.
the feeling is nice. The feeling is nice. It's really nice, the feeling.
I get it. I guess it's like being on the rail on a longboard upwind, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just like
you just stand there.
more
It's like
locked out.
Locked down. That's it.
The downwind is another case, though. That's what I've heard. The upwind is a pleasure. The downwind is just scared the whole
And
way.
you have these long wings, so it's really.
Well, I tell you what, Michinski wants that silver medal. The
Yeah.
Polish coach is not in the coach boat this week, and I think it's been worthwhile. It's definitely been worthwhile.
Okay, let's talk on
It is on right now.
Is this on,
on the
man?
water.
Matteo Iachino up there, Michinski up there, Rakowski up there. Nicholas Goya is trying to get that bronze medal. If he can finish within a couple of places of Maciej Rakowski, he will take the bronze medal. And Pierre Mortefon, as he's down in this one, will not get a
But we will
medal.
wait till the end. We don't know
It's
what's
not
gonna
over
happen
yet.
We wait. So
One thing
we
is for
don't get the
sure,
hopes up yet.
Michinski is already going round the windward mark,
Yes.
but which is not good news for him. Matteo Iachino is right behind him, but Matteo Iachino has just been caught by Maciej Rakowski, I think. Yeah, Maciej Rakowski. Look who's there. Look who's there. Is that Nicholas?
Yeah, for sure
is that
it is.
Nico Goya?
Yeah.
Nico Goya is already up into third place. I think Thomas Goya behind him. So Maciej is struggling now to get on the podium. He's going to probably finish outside the medals because Thomas Goya is in 1 point. All eyes to try and find out where Pierre Mortefon is, but I can't see him. It looks like Pierre Mortefon might drop to fourth place. That'll be down to that disqualification last night. Do you know what happened in the protest room?
No, I didn't know what happened.
I've also got to say a disclaimer, it's not over till it's over in the Formula Foil world because we have a protest room and we don't know what protest will be lodged. So it's never all clear in this type of yacht racing. It's not like the PWA where there's no rules. This is like yacht racing right now. This is proper yacht racing rules. Proper yacht racing rules.
Yeah, but you know, there's so many rules. I don't even know a lot of them.
You have to read the Longstrong book or whatever it was I had to read when I was younger.
There we go.
Okay, here we go. We're going to cut down to the leaders at the moment. Last time we looked, it was Michinski, but Matteo Iachino was hot on his heels and he is fast. And also Nicholas Goya, who we know can take out some serious ground on the pack. Will he be able to? I don't think so. I would have thought Matteo Iachino is going to hold on.
Yeah, Matteo just passed in the front, right?
Matteo Iachino is a beast on the downwind. I mean, he's a big fella.
Yeah, he is.
Michinski looking good though. Maciej Rakowski fighting out with Nicholas Goya for third and fourth. And
this is gonna be.
That might mean Thomas Goya is going to get third here.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so we're getting closer and closer to the last mark. Matteo Iachino has definitely found form late in this competition. The last race he got a second. Looks like he's going to win this one. You know, he's a big fella. You're not going to overtake him on a reach, barring equipment breakage. I wouldn't have
that will
thought.
move him to like 7th place.
But now he apparently has found the right setting.
He's definitely found the downhaul or the outhaul of the wheel set or whatever it is, because he has come on strong. So Matteo Iachino rounds the last race in first place round the last mark. Let's stay on that buoy just to count the others round, because that's where the interest is. Oh, Nicolas Goya has gone up into second place. What a comeback from Nicolas Goya. Michinski has dropped to third. Maciej Rakowski in fourth. That's not going to be enough. But that's not going to be enough for Rakowski. I have a feeling Thomas Goya is right behind him.
That's painful. That's painful.
Oh, is that Alexander Kuzan?
No, that's the brother, right?
No, it's Alexander Kuzan. Oh, okay, hang on. This changes things. This changes things big time for Rakowski. Yes, Rakowski could be on for a medal. Okay, let's count them over the line because it has all changed. Matteo Iachino wins the last race of the Formula Foil World Championships. Great comeback in that, but it's too late. The winner of the Formula Foil World 2020, Nicholas Goya, takes the second and takes the win. Michinski will take the silver medal by my reckoning. Maciej Rakowski finishes fourth, which might mean he gets a bronze medal by the skin of his teeth because Thomas Goya is back. Pierre Mortefon. Oh no, Pierre Mortefon is not back. Pierre Mortefon is only. Oh, it's going to come down to who gets who. Pierre Mortefon, if he gets Bontemps here, could be the difference between Maciej getting bronze and Pierre Mortefon getting bronze. Pierre Mortefon might have just sneaked the bronze medal. It's close. Maciej might have just been squeezed out there. Thomas Goya will be the loser. Unless there's another discard. Is there another discard?
This is the 8th.
This is the 9th. This is the 10th.
It's just two discards.
2.
11 is
Yeah.
discards.
So Maciej might.
It's like
Pierre.
it's like when you cut
Pierre, I didn't even see it. Maybe I missed it. Apologies, we're not scoring these guys over because a few of the guys have had some good competitions. A couple of them doing really well. A couple of the Brits been right up there. Matthew Barton's had a good week. Jan Tak not so good today. Kind of gone down the rankings a little bit. Now we have to see what's going on in the protest room, I guess.
But what is this mean?
Pierre will probably
from
go
today?
protest now. I don't know. I haven't looked. I think you can get.
Yesterday they had some issue. I know about this one, but I don't know like what happened.
Maybe he's.
But I know there was something going on with Luc, right?
Yeah,
From
Luc was
Holland.
seemed to be in the
In
in the protest room with everybody. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But there we go. That is it. We are finished in terms of racing. Are we finished in terms of results? If you are just joining us, the women's results, I'm pretty sure, are done.
That's scary, man.
I'm going to have a quick look at this. Oh my God. So the women's results, as I'm looking now, Helena Neusman killed it with 8 points. Second place looks like Dimnoska has taken the silver medal with equal points. With equal points. No, but 20 points, 20 points. Lillian de Goes, 20 points. They've obviously split it. I don't know how they split it with this. They split it on discard. They could split it. They haven't split it on the last race. They could split on who beat who. If they do, who beat who would make sense.
Yeah.
But Maja Diranovska gets the silver medal on this score sheet here with equal points to Lillian de Goes. That's pretty tight, and I think we're going to see an equal one in the men's.
Who wins the last one will be on top, right?
I think that's who beats who the most times.
Okay.
I think. But we'll get confirmation of that, but the official results are in. Looks like Dimnoska in second, De Goes in third, and obviously the winner, Neusman. In the men's gold fleet, this is the big one. Nicholas Goya absolutely dominated the results there, and a clear world champion in the Formula Foil. And then Michinski, Thomas Goya, Mortefon and Rakowski have just had a hell of a race, and we are just waiting for the official results. In my unofficial reckon, it looks like Michinski takes second. Third place, Pierre Mortefon is very close with Maciej Rakowski, and Thomas Goya will drop back. Ooh, protests. I don't know.
Okay, so
We'll wait to hear. Maybe
I was eager to see what will be.
I think you made it to the vice world champion title. You must be super happy. Difficult to say.
Nobody knows.
Second discard, many things can change.
I think maybe we should be going down the beach to do some live, but I'm waiting for the earpiece.
The guys will protect each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like good saying, and,
Okay, so we have already heard there's going to be some protests. We just heard it, didn't we? Michinski has just come in and said, but there's some protests to come.
Who knows?
Nicholas Goya is the world champion.
For sure.
For sure.
Like,
Helena Neusman is the world champion. Second and third. We don't know. We don't know. We generally don't know. We have to wait for the protest. So
if you see the result for 2 and 3, it's like It's like,
Okay, really
it's
good.
fair,
We
right?
see you in
No, but
the
this
50
isn't the
minutes
last
on
race.
stage. We will have
There's
another
another race to
race.
drop.
Just one more.
Also,
It's not
okay.
live. There's another race to drop
So,
in.
yeah.
So
well,
I'm
we
sorry
try
if we
to
sound a
make it
little
as
bit in the
fast as
dark,
possible.
but with protests, we don't know who's lodged a protest, you know, until they
We
actually
will
go to
figure
race.
out.
Then how
So,
long will this take to?
we will,
I'm new to
have,
this. I'm new to this. Me and Tally are new to this. I apologise. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. And it's going to be close. I know that much.
Really close, I think.
What am I? I'm just having a look at the comments. Priya will probably go to the protest, so we're already hearing that on the Google. So. Okay, so what we're hearing is we have to wrap up here on the live stream, so you'll have to stay tuned to the England Wind and the Formula, you know, the
who will
International
be to-
Foil
to
website
win.
and stuff to keep up to date with the second and third places because they're not done. But by my reckoning, without protests, we have Helena Neusman taking the Women's World title, guaranteed. Dinoska taking second in equal points with Lilian de Groos, which is a tight battle. And in the men, obviously Nicola Goyat is taking the men, no doubt about it. Second place, by my reckoning, looks like Michinski.
Yep.
And then third, I have Pierre Mortafon in third, but it's very close with Matt Chetwickowski.
Unless-
And then there's some protests and
there's-
Thomas Goya could come in. Yes. So we're here all week. We've still got lots more coming up. We've got the marathon tomorrow. We've got the foil freestyle, which is pretty insane. I've seen a bit of that going on. We've got the tow-in European Championships in the morning with the EFPT. And then we go into the IQ foil. It's going to be busy. It's going to be busy.
Interesting,
So
busy.
join us. Join us for more action coming up on the channel. Thanks for all for tuning in.